This decade saw Hollywood focus on the harsh truths of war, rich cinematography, and movies on a blockbuster scale. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today, in this installment of our series on the greatest movies of all time, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies of the 1970s. For our series of the best movies of all time, we've chosen 10 movies per decade based on their iconic status, critical acclaim, box office success, and watchability. And just so you know, we're not necessarily choosing the movies your film studies professor would pick. So sit back and relax as we make an offer you can't refuse in a galaxy far, far away.
Take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up before dinner.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
These are the exotic animals I was telling you about. These are my friends, Cuff and Link.
Number 10, Rocky.
The Italian Stallion.
It's a true underdog story. Rocky embodies everything that's great about the American dream and shows us that opportunities can arise at any moment.
Rocky, it's the chance of a lifetime. You can't pass it by.
Rocky, the Italian stallion Balboa, is just your average small-time boxer. However, when cocksure heavyweight champion Apollo Creed decides he wants to give a little guy a chance, Balboa steps into the ring. That makes for realistic fight scenes, plenty of Stallone grunting, and an overall truly heartwarming story.
I love you! I love you!
Number 9, The Deer Hunter. Juxtaposing the lives of three friends before and after their time in the Vietnam War, The Deer Hunter shows us the true toll of a gruesome conflict.
Don't do it. What's the matter with you? Don't you recognize me? Huh? Don't you recognize me?
As well as seeing the after effects of Nam, we also experience horrific examples of the deadly games in which American prisoners of war were forced to participate. The Deer Hunter lifts the veil on sometimes glamorized depictions of war and gives us an emotionally draining, perfectly acted, ambitious, Oscar-winning film.
I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
Number 8, Jaws.
You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Accompanied by a killer John Williams soundtrack that chills to the bone, Steven Spielberg's Jaws is the story of a great white shark that terrorizes a small resort town, and the team that's hired to take it out.
I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. Bad fish. Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommy cats.
Infamous for its graphic and gruesome scenes, Jaws became one of the highest-grossing films ever. But it's not all blood and guts. Jaws is respected because it is not inhabited by one-dimensional horror movie stereotypes, but by layered human characters.
Smile, you son of a... You want to do your partner a big favor? Take him home.
Number 7, Chinatown.
Look, somebody's gone to a lot of trouble here, and lawsuit or no lawsuit, I intend to find out. I'm not supposed to be the one who's caught with his pants down.
Not only did this Roman Polanski film earn an Oscar for its screenplay, it also cemented Jack Nicholson's place in Hollywood history. P.I. Jake Gittes specializes in uncovering cases of infidelity, so a cheating husband is a regular case.
Well, that little girlfriend, she was pretty in a cheap sort of a way, of course. She's disappeared. Maybe they disappeared together.
However, after a Miss Mulray asks him to track her high-profile husband, he soon realizes everything isn't what it seems. Spiraling into a web of deceit, seduction, and murder, we anxiously follow Gittes every step of the way.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Hi.
Number 6, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I'm talking about content. I'm talking about interrelationships. I'm talking about God, the devil, hell, heaven. Do you understand? Finally!
This multiple Academy Award-winning movie tells the tale of Randall McMurphy, played by Jack Nicholson, who fakes mental illness to avoid prison.
And now they're telling me I'm crazy over here because I don't sit there like a goddamn vegetable. It don't make a bit of sense to me.
Ultimately becoming the rebellious wildcard of the loony bin, McMurphy surges new life into his fellow patients and locks horns with the oppressive Nurse Ratched.
That music is all they have. Your hand is staining my window.
Even with Nicholson's sometimes frenetic energy, it's the gloomy atmosphere of this flick that makes it truly engrossing from start to finish.
Mac, no! Don't!
Number 5, A Clockwork Orange.
There was me, that is Alex, and my 3 droogs, that is Pete, Georgie, and Dim.
A bit of the old ultra-violence, anyone? Following young Alex DeLarge and his gang of delinquent droogs, Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange is about free will as much as it is about mindless anarchy.
It's a stinky world because there's no law and order anymore. It's a stinky world because it lets the young get onto the old. Right, you dog.
Its overt violence is credited with helping to loosen cinema standards when it came to the rough stuff, to the point where the filmmaker himself questioned its content. Even so, it's a landmark piece of filmmaking that was nominated for multiple Oscars. Number 4, Taxi Driver.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
One of the most significant milestones in the Martin Scorsese-Robert De Niro partnership, this film is the story of a Vietnam vet who wants to clean up the streets of New York as a vigilante cab driver.
Here is a man who would not take it anymore. A man who stood up against the scum, the cunts, the dogs, the filth, the shit. Here is someone who stood up.
Although there is very little action in the film, we witness the grueling underbelly of NYC from the viewpoint of an obsessive and fretful insomniac.
I don't believe I've ever met anyone quite like you.
Scorsese's storytelling and character development really take over, producing a film that enthralls you to the end.
Stuck on this.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Number 3, Apocalypse Now.
Every minute I stay in this room, I get weaker. And every minute Charlie squats in the bush, he gets stronger.
Set against the backdrop of the gritty Vietnam War, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now follows a group of soldiers who are given the task of assassinating a rogue colonel.
They told me that you had gone totally insane. And that your methods were unsound.
Its masterfully executed war theme comes accompanied with snappy dialogue as well as horrific yet very realistic scenes of plunder and destruction. By recreating the conflict instead of scrutinizing it, Coppola managed to make what's considered the greatest Vietnam War film in a decade full of them.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Number 2, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
What a piece of junk!
She'll make 0.5 past light speed.
This financially successful juggernaut made sci-fi a phenomenon. When the plans to destroy the dreaded Death Star end up in the hands of a farm boy, we embark on a journey of Sith versus Jedi, lightsabers, spaceships, robots, and the Force.
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything.
Not only was this space adventure aesthetically impressive, its intricate storyline and characters also built a hardcore fan base overnight and influenced all who came after it. And it'll continue to do so for a long, long time. Before we unveil our pick for the best movie of the 1970s, here are a few honorable mentions.
In fact, your car's so neat, we're gonna give you our special prize. You want me to give it to you?
Hey, sweetheart, if the prize is you, I'm a ready teddy.
Well, get bent, turkey.
Muldrick. You shot Muldrick.
The son of a bitch is here. I saw him. I'm gonna get him.
Michael Francis Rizzi, do you renounce Satan?
Number 1, The Godfather.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
Brought to the big screen by Francis Ford Coppola, this blockbuster shattered box office records, earned universal critical praise, and was even lauded by mafia men for its realism. Following Michael Corleone as he reluctantly yet ruthlessly works his way to the top of the mob, this film and its sequels changed cinema with their influence.
He'll set up a meeting with someone that you absolutely trust, guaranteeing your safety. And at that meeting, you'll be assassinated.
With undisputed violence, complex social hierarchies, and pursuit of the American dream as themes, The Godfather was a smash that audiences also couldn't refuse.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite movie of the 70s? For more thrilling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.